Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving deep today into financial responsibility.
Oh, yeah, getting into it.
We've got this really insightful source here,
It is.
just jam-packed with advice, and we're going to break it down.
Absolutely.
Make it something everybody can use.
Practical steps.
Practical steps.
Yeah, love that.
So no matter where you are in your financial journey,
Totally.
by the end of this, you're going to have a clearer path
Yeah, you'll be able to make those goals a reality.
to actually hitting your goals.
Totally.
So what I thought was really cool about this source is it really focuses on, aligning your money decisions with your values and your long-term goals.
Yeah, it's not about, being like super restrictive and, like you said, just penny pinching.
Yeah.
It's more about empowering yourself to really live the life that you want to live.
Yes, design that life.
Exactly.
So, and of course, we had to kick it off
Yeah.
with the classic.
The foundation.
Budgeting.
Budgeting, yeah, it's like the cornerstone of everything.
But this source actually takes it a little bit deeper
Yeah, for sure.
than just listing out.
Just like the bare bones.
Oh,
It's
well-
like, take it a step further and be like,
Okay.
what are you actually spending your money on?
Analyze it.
Yeah.
Be like, is this actually what I care about?
Does it reflect your values?
Yeah.
Does it reflect your priorities?
Like if my top priority is travel,
Yeah,
am I spending all my money on takeout?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, are those daily lattes
Yes.
really worth it if it means
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to go on that trip?
Exactly. So it's not just tracking numbers.
Sure.
It's about aligning
Yeah, aligning those numbers with
Yeah.
your big dreams.
with what you care about.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So speaking of, aligning and making your money work for you, let's talk
Oh,
about
yeah, the fun stuff.
saving and
Nice.
investing.
Investing.
So this guide emphasizes putting your money to work for you.
Because money's sitting in a savings account these days.
Right. It's not really,
It's not going to get you very far.
it's not going to grow that much.
Especially with inflation.
So we're talking about things like stocks and bonds,
Yeah, all sorts of different investment vehicles.
mutual funds,
Real estate.
real estate even.
Yeah, it's a whole world out there.
So obviously there's different levels of risk
Absolutely.
and different potential returns.
Exactly. And that's where,
Yeah.
understanding your own risk tolerance comes in.
Okay, so how do we even figure out
Right.
what our risk tolerance is?
Yeah, so basically it's like, how comfortable are you with the idea that
Yeah.
your investments could go up or down?
Fluctuate.
Exactly.
Okay.
And, for some people, they're like,
Yeah.
bring on the roller coaster, I can handle it.
Right.
Others are like, no, I need something a little bit more stable.
So this source also talks about this magical thing
Oh, yes, the magic.
called compound interest.
Compound interest. It's like,
Sounds intimidating.
it sounds a little bit scary.
It's like a big word.
Yeah, but it's actually pretty simple.
Okay.
It's basically the idea that you earn interest on your interest.
So it keeps
So
building.
keep snowballing, exactly.
Okay, the earlier you start,
The better.
the better, right?
Because time is your friend.
Time is on your side.
Exactly.
And that brings us to, I think, something that a lot of people put off,
Yeah.
investing for retirement.
It feels so far away
I know.
for a lot of us.
But this source actually breaks it down into some manageable steps,
Absolutely.
which is nice.
Yeah, because it can feel really overwhelming.
It can.
So, they talk about things like 401ks,
Yeah, different retirement plans.
the IRAs,
Right.
different strategies for maximizing your contributions.
So even if retirement is way out there,
Way out there.
small steps now,
Make a big difference later.
huge difference.
Huge difference.
All right, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, yeah, this is a big one,
Debt.
though.
Debt.
So this guide doesn't shy away from it?
No, they're not afraid to tackle it head on. So it stresses the importance of managing debt responsibly,
Absolutely.
which, sounds like a no-brainer.
Yeah, but it's easier said than done sometimes.
When I think sometimes we hear that and we're like, okay,
Yeah.
what does that even mean?
What does that actually look like?
Yeah.
So they break it down, they talk about
Okay.
understanding interest rates,
Yeah.
which is basically the cost of borrowing money.
Okay.
So they really encourage you, if you're going to take on any debt,
Hmm.
whether it's a credit card or a loan, shop around,
Compare.
compare those interest rates.
Right.
Because a small difference in the interest rate can actually save you
Save you big time.
a lot of money over time.
And then once you have the debt, what about actually paying it off?
Right. Because that's the hard part.
Any strategies there?
Yeah. They talk about creating a debt repayment plan,
Okay.
which is so important.
So you're going to just
just throwing money at it.
Right, just randomly.
Yeah, you're being strategic.
Yeah.
So there's like the snowball method.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's where you focus on paying off your smallest debts first,
Okay.
just to kind of get that momentum going.
Yeah, it's like a psychological.
Totally. It feels good to like check things off your list.
Yeah.
And then there's the avalanche method.
Ooh, that sounds more intense.
Yeah, that's where you're like, I'm going to tackle the debt
Yeah.
with the highest interest rate first.
Okay, so it's more like the...
It's the most logical,
Yeah.
mathematically savvy approach.
Okay.
But, whatever works for you.
Okay, so choose your method.
Exactly.
But it's about having the plan.
Yeah, be intentional.
And then the source also emphasizes something that I think is really important.
Yes.
Financial education.
Oh my gosh, that's so key.
Right, because we weren't necessarily all taught this stuff.
No, they don't teach you this in school.
So this guide is obviously a great starting point.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it really encourages like continuing to learn.
Keep learning. Keep growing your knowledge.
Whether it's reading books, listening to podcasts,
Taking workshops, talking to experts.
attending workshops.
Yeah, there's so many resources out there.
Knowledge is power.
For sure.
All right, so let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
Let's talk about setting financial goals.
Goal setting, I love it.
Yeah, so this guide mentions SMART goals.
Oh, yeah, I love SMART goals.
I've heard of them.
Yeah.
Explain me.
Okay, so SMART goals are
Come on.
specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound.
Time-bound.
So it's not enough to just say,
Right.
oh, I want to save more money.
Like I want to be rich.
Yeah, like that's a great aspiration,
Yeah,
but it's not really a goal.
right.
So a SMART goal would be something like,
Okay.
I will save $5,000 for a down payment on a car
Okay.
by December 2025 by putting aside $200 from each paycheck.
So it's like
There you go.
specific.
Yeah.
you know when you're going to do it, how you're going to do it.
Exactly how much. There's a
Right.
timeline.
Totally.
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh.
Much more actionable.
All right, let's face it. Life happens.
Oh, it does.
Unexpected things pop up.
Curveballs.
So that's where insurance and risk management come in.
Risk management. Yes, so important.
So this guide emphasizes protecting yourself from the unexpected.
Absolutely.
So emergency funds,
Yes, having that cushion.
that cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's recommending like 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up,
Just in case.
just in case something happens.
Yeah, because you never know.
You never know.
And then they also talk about disability insurance,
Yeah.
which can be really helpful.
So that replaces some of your income
Exactly.
if you get sick or injured.
Got it. Okay.
So it's all about having those safety nets.
Those safety nets. I like that.
And speaking of safety nets,
Yes.
this source has such a good perspective on living within your means.
It really reframes it.
They reframe it as freedom.
Yeah, I love that.
It's not about deprivation.
Right.
It's about having the freedom to choose what you want to spend your money on.
Consciously, exactly.
Instead of just mindlessly spending
On things that you don't even care about.
or even want.
Yeah. And it's amazing. Like,
Yeah.
once you start living within your means, you realize
Yeah.
you don't actually need all that stuff.
No, you don't.
I used to think that living within my means meant I had to
Deprive yourself.
deprive myself. Yeah, like I couldn't do anything fun.
Yeah.
But then I realized it was just about being more intentional
Yeah.
with my choices.
Exactly.
Like, instead of eating out all the time,
Right.
I started cooking more at home.
Right.
And not only did I save money,
Yeah.
but I also found out I actually enjoy cooking.
Yeah. Win-win. Win-win. Totally.
So to stay on track,
Yes.
this guide suggests regular
Checkups.
financial checkup.
Financial checkups. Yeah.
So it's like the annual physical,
Exactly.
but for your finances.
You got to keep your finances healthy too.
So that means reviewing your budget,
Yeah. Making sure you're still on track.
tracking your net worth. Yes, net worth is super important.
I actually forget what net worth is sometimes.
Yeah, so basically it's your assets.
Yeah.
Things like your savings, your property,
Mm-hmm.
minus your liabilities.
Liabilities.
Like any loans or debts you have.
Got it. So it's like a snapshot.
It's a snapshot of your overall financial health at that point in time.
So we've talked about saving and investing. Let's not forget long-term planning.
Yes, planning for the future.
Future.
So that includes things like retirement planning,
Yeah, we touched on that.
but they also talk about estate planning,
Estate planning.
which can be a little bit of a...
What is that?
Yeah, it's a topic a lot of people avoid,
Okay.
but it's basically making sure
Right.
you have things like a will.
Okay.
You've designated beneficiaries for your assets,
Okay.
and you've thought about things like power of attorney.
So if something happens to you,
Exactly.
someone's able to
To manage your affairs.
manage those things. Okay.
Yeah, and it's not about, being morbid or anything.
It's about
Having peace of mind.
peace of mind.
And knowing that your loved ones are taken care of.
So if this all feels overwhelming,
Yes.
the Source has one last piece of advice.
The most important one.
Okay, what is it?
Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Oh,
Seek out professional advice.
so like financial advisor,
Financial advisors,
accountants.
accountants, estate planning attorneys,
Okay.
all sorts of people who
Listen help.
can help you navigate this
Yeah,
world.
they know the ins and outs.
They're the experts.
Okay.
And you know it's not a sign of weakness
Right.
to ask for help.
It's actually smart.
It's smart.
It's like delegating.
Exactly.
So big takeaway from this whole deep dive.
Yes.
It's not about being perfect.
No.
It's about progress.
Progress, not perfection.
Progress, not perfection.
And it's really about
Yeah.
making those choices.
Informed choices.
Informed choices that align with your values.
You know, being intentional with where your money goes.
Yes, being mindful of your spending.
And constantly learning.
Because the world of finance is always changing.
Yeah.
You got to stay up to date.
Okay, so now that we've given you all this information,
Yeah.
all these tools,
All the tools in your financial toolkit.
think about this.
Yes.
What's one small step
Just one small step
you can take today?
to move closer to your goals.
Your financial goals.
Yeah, it could be anything.
You know, whether it's creating a budget,
Looking into different investment options,
you know, calling a financial advisor.
scheduling a consultation.
You have the power
You have the power.
to shape your own financial future.
It's in your hands.
And this deep dive
Absolutely.
has given you the info you need to start taking action.
So go out there.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Awesome. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for joining me
It was a pleasure.
for this deep dive.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.